Good morning, guys. Welcome. Okay, guys, come on, join in quickly, then we'll start the quiz, okay? So this will be our first article for the day. Center to push judges' appointments. As we know that currently also there has been pendency in the appointment of the judges also. So there have been a lot of vacancies also. So here it says that Supreme Court Collegium recommendations have been pending for last 6 months. Okay, so we'll be talking about this. So join in quickly, guys. Okay, then we'll start the quiz. And anyone who's joining for the first time, please make sure that you're using your real name, okay, while you're entering into the Menti quiz. Good morning, Prachi. Okay, I'll wait for 1 more minute, guys, and then we'll start the quiz, okay? I can see more participants in Zoom, but one person is less at the Menti quiz. So whoever has not joined through Menti quiz as well, please join over here also, okay? Because only then you will be able to participate in the quiz also. Like the live scoring can also be taking place, okay? I think I'll start the quiz and then the rest can join in, okay? Okay, guys, the questions today are very good. All right, so be very careful, listen to them. Under which article is the collegium system mentioned in the Constitution? Your options are Article 124, Part 5 of the Constitution, Article 217, Part 6 of the Constitution, or it is a Supreme Court invention and not mentioned in the Constitution, or it has a statutory backing through the NJAC, which was the National Judicial Appointment Commission. Come on, what do you think? Okay, let's see. Uh, I was expecting that most of you would give me this Article 124, Part 5 of the Constitution because it talks about the Supreme Court. But guys, the correct thing is that the collegium system has nowhere been mentioned in the Constitution. It was actually a proposal of the Supreme Court itself that for the appointment of its own judges, there should be a collegium system. Now, collegium system basically means that there is an entire grouping of, the Chief Justice of India, various judges, and similarly, and they recommend the person to be appointed as the next judge of the court. All right, so specifically if we talk about the Supreme Court, okay, so this is actually nowhere been mentioned in the Constitution, rather it's an invention of the Supreme Court itself. And then if we talk about that it has a statutory backing through NJAC, guys, NJAC itself was a kind of mechanism that sought to replace the collegium system, which was the National Judicial Appointment Commission, but it was completely, it was brought down, it was held to be unconstitutional by the Supreme Court, okay, itself, by the virtue of its a power of judicial review. So NJAC no more, it never was functional. It was actually brought through an amendment, but it was never functional, and even till date we use the collegium system only. So please make sure that collegium system has not been mentioned in the Constitution, rather it is an invention of the Supreme Court itself, okay? All right, let's see the next question. Question number 2. In which case did the Supreme Court first opine? It means it had this opinion that The CGI consultation means concurrence and introduced the collegium system. So consultation would mean concurrence, and then the collegium system was actually brought in. Which case was it? First judge's case, second judge's case, third judge's case, or Keshavanand Bharati case? What do you think? Oh, okay. Significant amount of confusion that I can find. It's fine, guys. Second judge's case is the right answer. Basically, if we talk about the appointment of the judges, specifically of the Supreme Court, so there are three cases that have had immense importance in this particular area. These are, guys, the first one was the first judge's case, and the second judge's case, and the third judge's case. So let me tell you an explanation about it. So guys, it was in the first judge's case 1982 when basically it was held that the consultation would mean concurrence. But then if we talk about the introduction of collegium system, it was through the second judge's case, wherein it said that if at all we consider that what do we mean, or what procedure would we be taking. So here this concurrence would actually mean, just a second guys, yeah, this concurrence would actually mean that it is the concurrence here, and it would be done by the collegium system, and collegium system here would have the Chief Justice of India. So I'll just read it out, thus a small excerpt of the judgment, that it ruled that the advice tendered by the Chief Justice of India is binding on the President in the matters of appointment of judges of the Supreme Court, but the Chief Justice would rather tender his advice on the matter after consulting two of his senior most colleagues, and that was considered to be as the, just give me a second guys, to be considered as the collegium system. Okay. And then finally, we had the third judge's case, which was there in 1998, which talked about the consultation of the plurality of judges. So it also said that if at all we are considering the consultation to take place, so it has to take place upon the plurality of judges, which means that different kinds and different cadres of judges must be there in the entire system. Okay, so these are the cases. Keshavanand Bharati case has got nothing much to do with this particular thing. I'll just expand the screen, guys. It will be fine for you in the coming time. Just a second, okay? Yeah. Yes. Okay. All right. So let's move towards the next question. Yeah. So this will be question number 3rd. Which is the oldest high court in India? I think you can make a guess. Your options are Lucknow, Calcutta, Madras, or Bombay. We already have done this, Regulating Act 1773. At least it can tell you that where this system firstly started for the first time. Lucknow, Calcutta, Madras. Oh, very good. Let's see. Very good, guys. Yes, the correct answer is Calcutta. As we know that even the first court, when we talked about, was the Regulating Act of 1773. If I'm not wrong, we had discussed this at least once in our previous discussions. So it was in Calcutta, 1773, but the High Court, or the Supreme Court basically, it was set up in 1774. But even if we talk about the High Court, then also it was the oldest one in Calcutta. So we can say that even the the judiciary has had its roots specifically in Calcutta, and the oldest High Court was also there in Calcutta. Okay, okay, guys. Let's see the next question. Question number 4. Judicial review is based on the concept of, very interesting question. Your options are rule of law and due process of law, or just due process of law, or procedure established by law, or none of the options. Please make sure that we are asking judicial review in context of India. So what do we follow? Due process of law, or procedure established by law, or this one? So you can please try to find the right answer. Okay, good, guys. Yes, it is basically the procedure established by law. All right, because as we know that when we talk about that, no one shall be deprived of his life or liberty except according to the procedure established by law. So Article 21. So even in that earlier, guys, it was actually the due process of law, which is actually used in America as well, in United States as well. But in India, what we use is the procedure established by law, and that is how judicial review also is based on the procedure that is established by law. Okay, so the correct answer would be procedure established by law. Okay, Question number 5. Transfer of judges from one high court to another comes under which article? Your options are Article 222, Article 124, Article 217, or Article 143. Transfer of judges from one high court to another. Okay, very good, guys. Yes. So Article 222 provides that one judge from one high court can be transferred to another high court, and whose consent does it require? If you can answer me that, please put it down in the chat box. By the end of the quiz, I'll tell you the right answer as well, okay? So if at all a judge from one high court has to be transferred to another high court, whose consent is required, okay? Please put it down in the chat box if you know the answer. Then guys, if we talk about Article 124, so see, Article 124, guys, it talks about, basically we discussed that it talks about the Supreme Court, right? So we have discussed this earlier as well. I'll give you the exact language to it as well now. Yeah, Article 124, guys, is the establishment and constitution of the Supreme Court. Okay, so it is done under Article 124. Then if we talk about Article 217, then Article 217 provides for the appointment and conditions of the office of a judge of the High Court. All right. And then if we talk about Article 143, it talks about the power of the president to ask or to take any kind of recommendation from the Supreme Court. Okay, so if in case the president requires any kind of legal advice in any particular matter, or maybe if he has to consider any law, so he can take any kind of advice or he can take any kind of recommendation from the Supreme Court. So that would be under Article 143. And if we talk about Article 222, okay, I guess already some of you have answered. Yes, exactly, guys. It is the CGI. Okay, so CGI, as in even not CGI, I'll give you the exact. It is basically the Chief Justice of that particular court. Wait, I'll read it out. Article 222 to you guys. The president may, on the recommendation of the earlier it was written as the NJAC, but later it was again made to the collegium system, to transfer a judge from one high court to another. So when a judge has to be so transferred, he shall during the period he serves after the commencement of the constitution as a judge of the high court be entitled to this. Basically, guys, it is the chief justice, but to the best of my knowledge, it is a chief justice of that particular high court. Okay, but I will confirm to you if it is the chief justice of India. So till then we can move further. Okay, all right. Okay, let's see the leaderboard. Okay. Very good. Vandana is leading today's quiz. Very good, Vandana. Then we have Anurag Sheen, who's on second position. Prachi is on third position. Navdisha is on fourth. Sanvi on fifth. Madhulika is in sixth position. Watson is on seventh position. Ritik is on eighth position. Sebastian, if it's your real name, it's fine. But if it's not, please use your real name, is on the ninth position. And Samskriti is on the 10th position. Very good, guys. I am seeing new students now and new winners also nowadays. That's very good. All right, let's see the next article. A multipolarity scripted by the middle powers. So it says that Japan, Iran, Turkey, and India are well set to shape the emerging world order. Now, as we know that even India now has been again last year itself has been been chosen for being the non-permanent member of the United Nations Security Council. So one of the what can we say, the prime agenda or the primary objectives that India has said is being to put forward a multipolar world. Now, what do we mean by a multipolar world? Is that there is no one single superpower of the world. Rather, the power of the world or the global power is distributed amongst various countries. So that is when there are multipolarity. Now that is how it says that, if at all, this article says that Japan, Iran, Turkey, and India have huge potential in making this world multipolar and polar, and then that is how these countries themselves can also become important power centers, but obviously not concentrating the power in any one country, but rather equal distribution of the global power. Okay, so let's see what are the questions from this article. Okay, let's see. Senkaku Island is disputed between Japan and China. Where is it located? We have done this also, guys. South China Sea, Sargasso Sea, East China Sea, or all of the options. Please keep in mind that it is disputed between Japan and China. I hope now you can understand that which sea would fall in at that area, near that area. We've discussed it at least twice or thrice now in our newspaper analysis also, guys. Okay, what do you think is the right answer? Okay, but I can still see a confusion, but that's fine, guys. It's in the East China Sea, guys. These days geography based questions are also asked. If you pick up last year papers also, so there was a question about the Pengongso Lake, and a complete question from geography of that lake had been asked. Okay, so East China Sea, this is also a lot into news actually. Okay, so we'll see over here. See, this is China, here is Japan. Okay, this is the East China Sea. This is the Yellow Sea, which is there between China and South Korea. This is the East China Sea, and here, near to Taiwan, we have this group of islands which is called as the Senkaku Islands. So it is basically called as the Senkaku Islands in Japan, and it is known as the Diaoyu Islands in China. Both are same. Okay, so this is the East China Sea. If we talk about the South China Sea, it is somewhat here. It starts from here. Okay, see, the one that is in towards the east of China is the East China Sea. Towards the south of China, here is the South China Sea. And there we have two very famous group of islands, Spratly Islands and the Paracels Island, which are also disputed between China and other Southeast Asian countries. Okay, so but for the sake of Senkaku Islands or the Daewoo Islands, both are the same. Okay, they are located in the East China Sea. Okay, now here this area. Okay, this area is of the East China Sea, and this area is of the South China Sea. Okay. All right, guys. Let's take up the next question. Who is the current Prime Minister of Japan? Very recent question, guys. Mahinda Rajapaksa, Muhyiddin Yassin, Shinzo Abe, or Yoshihide Suga? I am sure that by the name itself, you can at least come down to two options. And that also, I think you can find out the right one. One of the options which you might get confused with has recently stepped down from being the PM because of his health issues. Very good, guys. Yes, it is Yoshihide Suga. Okay, so what happened was that till earlier, Shinzo Abe was the Prime Minister of Japan, and guys, Shinzo Abe had played a very important role in building very strong relationships between Japan and India, and that is why he has also been nominated, if I'm not wrong, for Padma Shri or some national honor prize, guys. So Shinzo Abe, he was there, but due to his health issues, because of his deteriorating health, he had to step down from the post of Prime Minister now. And so Yoshihide Suga has been now appointed as the next Prime Minister. In the previous year, it has been, I guess, 5-6 months earlier now. But now Yoshihide Suga is the current Prime Minister of Japan. Okay, see, Mahinda Rajapaksa is from Sri Lanka. Okay, so he is the Prime Minister or President. I'm a little bit confused. Please, you please confirm it for yourself. Both are Rajapaksas. They're actually brothers. So Mahinda Rajapaksa is either the PM or President of Sri Lanka, but he definitely belongs to Sri Lanka. Okay, so Yoshihide Suga is the correct answer. All right, guys. Let's see the 8th question for the day. Okay. BRI, which is the Belt and Road Initiative, aims to connect. Your options are Asia to Africa, Asia to Europe, Asia to America, or none of the options are correct. Belt and Road Initiative, which is an initiative of China, very important. India is not a member, we have discussed. I'll tell you more about it after you're done with this question. So what is the aim? To connect which two continents, basically? Okay, good, guys. Yes, the correct answer is Asia to Europe. Let's understand with this picture. See, this here is India, here is China. Okay, now by Belt and Road Initiative, we mean that here Belt and Road, which means that belt actually, when we consider generally, a road is, the normal road which we have on the physical land. Okay, but if we talk about the Belt and Road Initiative of China, the sea routes are called as the roads, and the road, as the physical road routes, which are generally the through roads, are called as the belt. So here the Belt and Road Initiative has the purpose to connect Asia, this is Asia, with Europe by means of water as well as land. Okay, so as you know, this red line over here, which we have discussed so many times, which is the CPEC, which is this China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. So it starts from Kashgar in China and it ends till Gwadar, which is also a port in Pakistan. So this is the CPEC. And why is it controversial for India? Because it passes through the Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, this area of the Gilgit-Baltistan area, which is Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. So it has been taken up, and even without permission of India, this was built. Okay. So India till date is not a member of the Belt and Road Initiative. Similarly, here we have the complete road route as well as which connects Myanmar with China. All right. So this has a lot of routes, as you can see, road routes as well as the waterways also, like these ones. So here in Djibouti also we know that China has set up its military base over here. So this is the Belt and Road Initiative, and please keep in mind India till date is not not a member of the BRI. Okay. Okay, UNFPA's population report launched. So basically, it is a United Nations Population Fund. So it has launched its report on population. So let's see the question. Okay, question number 9. Okay, what is not true about the UNFPA? Your options are: it is United Nations Sexual and Reproductive Health Agency. UNFPA stands for United Nations Population Fund. I guess you know this for sure now. It released the State of World Population Report 2021, My Body is My Own. Or all of the options are correct. I think the options are very easy, guys. What do you think? Oops. Guys, I had just mentioned that UNFPA stands for United Nations Population Fund. So at least if not, then this could have been taken, you could have taken up this as the answer. It is a United Nations Sexual and Reproductive Health Agency. Yes. It stands for United Nations Population Fund. Yes. And recently it released the State of World Population Report 2021. My body is my own. So all of the options are correct, guys. See, let's see from here. The report, My Body is My Own, turns the spotlight on bodily autonomy. Now, we have been discussing a lot about bodily autonomy, specifically also when we were discussing in a newspaper analysis, when we talked about, the Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act, MTP Act as well. And even if you talk about otherwise also, so bodily autonomy, which means that if it is my body, I have complete right to take decisions regarding my body, whatever I want to do with my body. Okay. So here, as I mentioned, the correct, the full form also, it is mentioned over here, United Nations Population Fund. So anyway, two options here you can find out, and thus all of the options were correct in this answer. Okay, so all are correct. Okay, so all the options are correct. All right, let's see the last question for the day. United Nations Population Fund. So this has given, you can go through this as well. So United Nations Population Fund is a United Nations Sexual and Reproductive Health Agency. Our mission is to deliver a world where every pregnancy is wanted, every childbirth is safe, and every young person's potential is fulfilled. Okay, so that is why in India also, when we were discussing about the Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act, we had this question of bodily autonomy of the women, that why they are not given complete freedom to take up decisions as to or not they want to get their child aborted or they want to keep it. Okay, so you can go through their website also for further information. All right, guys, let's see the last question for the day. Okay. Wholesale price index is released on 14th of every month with a time lag of 2 months. Who releases the wholesale price in India, or the WPI in India? RBI, Reserve Bank of India, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Ministry of Finance, or none of the options are correct. Then I'll tell you what do we mean by the wholesale price index. Okay, guys, what do you think? Okay. Very good, guys. Yes, the correct answer is Ministry of Commerce and Industry. So basically, when we talk about the WPI, so when we talk about, guys, the inflation, I have discussed many times what the inflation is. Basically, whenever there are more number of people, or more money chasing less number of goods. Okay, so due to this, what happens is the prices of the goods increases, and thus everything in the market seems to be very expensive. So to measure inflation, we have two general methods. First one is the CPI, which is the Consumer Price Index, and the second is the WPI, which is the Wholesale Price Index. So basically, what happens is that a basket of goods is prepared. Now, a basket of goods means you do not have an actual physical basket wherein you keep in those goods. Rather, there is a complete, a list of goods basically is prepared, which are mostly consumed or mostly used by the people in your country. So, for example, Consumer Price Index, I am a consumer, let's say. So, when the government prepares this Consumer Price Index, so this basket, this imaginary basket will actually have, let's say, food grains, some vegetables, of edible oil, like different stuff like that, which are consumed by the people at large. Okay, so what would be the price of that particular basket will stand out to be the Consumer Price Index, or how much does a person will a person have to pay for that particular collection of goods, will be the CPI. And similarly, the WPI also prepares, the Wholesale Price Index also prepares this a similar basket, but the prices which are taken up for these products are the wholesale prices. Like, so these are not the retail prices at which the consumer will get it, rather these will be the wholesale prices at which the distributors are getting it. That is why many a times there is a confusion as to what should be used and what should not be used. But that idea that is done by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Okay, so let's see who is the winner of today's quiz. Okay, very good, Prachi. So Prachi is today's winner. Congratulations. Then we have Madhulika on second position. Sanvi has stood third. Vandana on fourth position. Anurag on fifth. Anurag Sheel on fifth position. Navdisha on sixth position. Ritik on seventh position. Jasmine is eighth. Com, I guess it must be Komal, or I don't know. Please use your real name, on ninth position, and Rishabh is on 10th position. Congratulations, all of you guys. Very well played, and very much, very congratulations to you, Prachi. So, very good, guys. You're good going, and good luck to all of you. We'll see you guys tomorrow. All right. Yeah, welcome, everybody. Okay. All right, then, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good luck. Keep reading.